Subscribe for simple health tips over 60 that keep you feeling great. After the age of 60, your body begins to lose muscle at a much faster rate. This isn't just a cosmetic concern, it's a serious health issue. Muscle keeps you strong, mobile, independent, and protected from falls, fractures, and even hospital stays. The shocking part? You could be losing up to 8% of your muscle mass every decade after 60, and that number climbs even faster after 70. But here's what most people don't realize. There's one food, yes, just one, you can start eating today that helps slow and in some cases even reverse this process. It's simple, it's accessible, and it's probably already in your kitchen. We'll reveal that food in just a moment. But first, let's understand why muscle loss happens so quickly in seniors and why most people don't even notice it until it's too late. Muscle loss in older adults isn't just about being less active. That's part of it, sure. But it's also biological. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. This is called anabolic resistance. That means even if you're eating the same amount of protein you did in your 40s, your body might only be using a fraction of it. You need more of the right kind of protein, and you need it in the right form. But that's not all. Hormonal changes also play a major role. Testosterone and growth hormone levels drop. These hormones help regulate muscle growth and repair. So, with less of them floating around, your muscles don't recover as quickly. On top of that, inflammation becomes more common with age. Chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, actually breaks down muscle tissue over time. It slows your recovery, makes movement more painful, and increases your risk of injury. And let's not forget insulin resistance. As we get older, our bodies become less sensitive to insulin. This not only makes it harder to manage blood sugar, but also disrupts how muscles absorb and store nutrients, especially amino acids, the building blocks of protein. When all of this combines, less hormone support, more inflammation, poor nutrient absorption, it creates a perfect storm for muscle loss. The scary part? Most seniors don't even realize it's happening. They blame weakness on age. They say, "I'm just getting older." But muscle loss doesn't happen all at once. It creeps up on you. One day, you're walking upstairs with ease. A few months later, you're winded by the second step. You start relying on furniture to stand up. You avoid carrying groceries. Then, you start skipping walks altogether. Before long, your world shrinks. And when your muscle shrinks, everything else follows. Your balance, your energy, your immune system, your metabolism. But here's the good news. You don't need a complete diet overhaul. You don't need to start lifting weights for hours. You just need to add one simple food to your daily diet, consistently, and it can make a real difference. What's that food? We'll reveal it next and explain exactly how it protects your muscle, boosts your strength, and even helps prevent dangerous falls. The food we're talking about is something simple, affordable, and often overlooked. Eggs. That's right, eggs. Not protein shakes, not expensive supplements, not exotic powders. Just plain everyday eggs. But don't let their simplicity fool you. Eggs are one of the most complete sources of high-quality protein available, and they're perfectly suited for the needs of aging muscles. One large egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of protein, but more importantly, it contains all 9 essential amino acids. These amino acids are the raw materials your body uses to build and repair muscle. And unlike many other protein sources, eggs deliver these nutrients in a highly absorbable form. That means your body can actually use what you're eating. For seniors facing anabolic resistance, the condition where your body doesn't respond to protein as efficiently, this is a game changer. But the power of eggs doesn't stop there. They also contain a nutrient called leucine. Leucine is a branched-chain amino acid that acts as a trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it as the ignition key that starts the muscle-building engine. Without enough leucine, your body can't build muscle, no matter how much protein you're eating. Eggs are especially rich in leucine, which is one of the reasons they outperform many other proteins when it comes to supporting aging muscles. Let's not forget the yolk. For years, people were told to avoid egg yolks because of cholesterol fears. But recent research has debunked most of those concerns, especially for older adults. In fact, the yolk contains almost half of the protein, plus critical nutrients like vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which supports bone strength alongside muscle. Choline supports brain function and helps prevent the cognitive decline that often accompanies frailty. And healthy fats provide lasting energy, so you're less likely to crash in the middle of the day. Another key benefit of eggs? They're easy to prepare and digest. Many seniors struggle with chewing tougher meats or digesting heavy meals. Eggs are soft, quick to make, and generally well tolerated, even for those with digestive issues. Scrambled, boiled, poached, or baked, there's no wrong way to eat them. And because they're affordable, you don't have to worry about breaking your grocery budget just to protect your muscle health. You can get a dozen eggs for just a few dollars, and that dozen represents 70 to 80 grams of pure muscle-protecting protein. Now, you might be wondering, how many eggs should I eat, and when should I eat them? Great questions. The timing and quantity matter more than most people realize. To maximize muscle growth and repair, it's best to spread your protein intake evenly throughout the day. Instead of loading all your protein at dinner, include it at breakfast and lunch too. Starting your day with eggs gives your body the building blocks it needs right from the beginning. You don't need to go overboard. 2 eggs at breakfast or an egg with lunch and another with dinner can be enough to make a real difference. It's consistency that counts. Muscle health isn't about doing something huge once. It's about doing something small every day. Let's look next at how eggs compare to other common protein sources and why they might actually outperform foods you've been relying on for years. When people think about building muscle, they often picture chicken breasts, steaks, or protein powders. And while those can be helpful, they're not always ideal, especially for seniors. Let's break it down. Chicken and beef are great protein sources, but they can be tough to chew and digest. As we age, digestion slows, stomach acid decreases, and it becomes harder to break down dense proteins. That means even if you're eating enough meat, your body might not be absorbing all the protein from it. On top of that, red meat, when eaten too frequently, can increase inflammation in some people, especially those with joint pain, heart disease, or metabolic issues. Then there's protein powder. It sounds convenient, and it can be helpful in certain situations. But many powders are packed with artificial sweeteners, fillers, or preservatives that upset sensitive stomachs. Some are made with low-quality ingredients, or they contain forms of protein that aren't well absorbed. And the truth is, they're often expensive, especially when you're taking them every day. This is where eggs stand out. They're whole, natural, nutrient-dense, and incredibly efficient. Your body absorbs the protein in eggs better than nearly any other source. In fact, scientists use eggs as a reference point when measuring protein quality from other foods. They're that effective. But the real edge comes from the way eggs fuel your body beyond just protein. The nutrients in eggs support a wide range of aging-related issues. For example, the vitamin B12 found in eggs helps protect nerves and supports the production of red blood cells. That means better circulation, better energy, and reduced risk of weakness or numbness in the limbs. The selenium in eggs helps fight oxidative stress, a major contributor to muscle breakdown and aging. And the small but powerful dose of omega-3s in eggs supports joint health and reduces inflammation, which is a common barrier to movement in older adults. All of this makes eggs more than just a protein source. They're a full-spectrum muscle-supporting superfood. And while we're focusing on eggs in this video, it's important to say, this isn't about eating eggs and nothing else. It's about making eggs a foundational part of a larger, more muscle-focused way of eating. Let's look at what that might actually look like in practice. Imagine starting your day with 2 scrambled eggs, a handful of spinach, and a slice of whole grain toast. That's about 14 grams of protein before 9 a.m., plus fiber, healthy fat, and vitamins. For lunch, maybe a salad topped with chopped boiled eggs, beans, and a light vinaigrette. And at dinner, you might have chicken or fish plus steamed veggies, and maybe even one more egg added to a soup or casserole. That's a day with solid, consistent protein, without supplements, shakes, or expensive powders. Now, let's go one step further. What happens when you combine this type of eating with even a little bit of movement? That's where the magic really starts to happen. Let's explore how food and exercise work together to reverse muscle loss after 60. Muscle doesn't grow just because you eat protein. Your body needs a signal, a reason to repair and rebuild. That signal comes from movement, especially resistance-based movement. Now don't worry, this doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or joining a gym. For seniors, simple bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups, sit-to-stands from a chair, and light resistance band work can be enough to stimulate muscle growth when paired with the right diet. When you move your muscles against even gentle resistance, tiny fibers tear slightly. This is a good thing. When you eat protein afterward, especially high-quality protein like eggs, your body uses those amino acids to repair and rebuild the muscle, making it stronger than before. That's the cycle. Challenge, feed, grow. Without movement, even the best diet can't fully prevent muscle loss. But without the right protein, movement doesn't lead to muscle growth either. It's a partnership. Let's go back to those eggs. The leucine in eggs doesn't just trigger muscle synthesis, it does it more effectively when consumed within a few hours after activity. So, if you take a short walk, do a few stretches, or complete a light strength routine, follow it up with an egg or two. That's when your body is primed to use that protein for repair. And here's the kicker. This doesn't just affect your arms or legs. Stronger muscles help stabilize your spine, support your posture, and protect your joints. They help regulate your blood sugar. They keep your balance steady. They even help you burn more calories at rest, which can reduce unwanted weight gain and improve heart health. And perhaps most importantly, stronger muscles protect your independence. They make it easier to get out of a chair, climb stairs, carry groceries, or catch yourself if you start to fall. For many seniors, the difference between staying at home or moving into assisted care isn't age, it's strength. That's why this matters. Let's talk about how fast this can work. In one study, older adults who combined moderate resistance training with adequate protein intake, specifically including eggs, saw measurable gains in muscle strength and size in just 12 weeks. We're not talking about bodybuilding. We're talking about real functional strength, enough to move with more confidence and less effort. Most participants reported sleeping better, walking farther, and feeling more energetic throughout the day. And remember, this wasn't from lifting heavy weights or following a complex diet. It was from consistent movement and the daily addition of a high-quality protein source. This shows how small changes add up. One egg, a short walk, a light strength exercise. Done daily, these habits rebuild the body from the inside out. Now, you might be asking, what if I don't like eggs? Or what if I'm allergic? Don't worry, there are other options that offer similar benefits, but few that pack as much protein, leucine, and brain-supporting nutrients into such a small, easy-to-digest package. In the next section, we'll explore a few egg alternatives that still help protect aging muscles, plus how to build a meal plan that keeps your muscles strong without getting boring or repetitive. If eggs just aren't your thing, you still have excellent options. Cottage cheese is one. It's soft, high in protein, and easy on digestion. A half-cup serving offers around 13 grams of protein and contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that helps repair muscle overnight. Greek yogurt is another fantastic option. Look for the plain, unsweetened kind to avoid added sugar. One small cup gives you roughly 15 to 20 grams of protein, plus probiotics that support gut health. A big bonus as digestion becomes more sensitive with age. Then there's tofu. Often overlooked, tofu is a plant-based powerhouse packed with protein and calcium. It's soft, versatile, and takes on the flavor of whatever it's cooked with. Add it to stir-fries, soups, or even scramble it like eggs. If you're dairy-free or plant-based, tofu might be your best friend. Other good sources include lentils, beans, and even quinoa, which is one of the few plant-based foods that contains all 9 essential amino acids. But here's the catch. These alternatives often contain more carbohydrates or fiber, which can fill you up before you've had enough protein. That's why portion size matters. And again, timing is everything. Whether you're eating eggs, yogurt, or tofu, spread your protein throughout the day. Don't wait until dinner to start. Aim for a steady intake, something at breakfast, something at lunch, and something again at dinner. Your muscles don't need a flood of protein all at once. They need a consistent stream to stay in repair mode. Think of it like watering a plant. A little water every day keeps it growing. Dumping a gallon once a week won't help. And don't forget, hydration. Muscles are nearly 75% water. Even mild dehydration can sap your strength, reduce flexibility, and increase cramping. Aim to drink water steadily throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a splash of juice if plain water gets boring. Now let's talk about what to avoid. Foods that silently sabotage your muscle health. Too much sugar, especially from processed snacks and sweetened drinks, causes inflammation. Inflammation breaks down muscle tissue and slows recovery. Alcohol is another hidden threat. It interferes with protein synthesis, dehydrates your cells, and throws off sleep, one of the most important times for muscle repair. Also, beware of extremely low-calorie diets. They may promise quick weight loss, but they often strip away muscle along with fat. Losing weight at the cost of muscle is a recipe for weakness and long-term decline. Instead, focus on quality nutrition, whole foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, colorful vegetables, and yes, eggs or a solid replacement every single day. What happens when you stick to this plan? Your body adapts. Slowly but surely, your strength returns. Climbing stairs feels easier. Getting up off the floor doesn't require both arms and a grunt. Your posture improves. Your steps become steadier. You feel a little more like yourself again. And that's the goal. Not to become an athlete, but to stay strong, sharp, and independent for as long as possible. Let's keep building on this with a simple weekly strategy anyone can follow. Creating a weekly routine for muscle health doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler it is, the more likely you are to stick with it. Let's start with breakfast. Pick 3 protein-focused breakfasts and rotate through them. For example, scrambled eggs with spinach and toast one day, Greek yogurt with berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds the next, then maybe an egg and veggie omelet with half an avocado the day after that. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just stick with meals you enjoy that make your body feel good. Lunch could be as easy as a boiled egg with a side of lentil soup, or a tuna salad with hard-boiled eggs on top. For dinner, pair a lean protein, like chicken, fish, or tofu, with steamed vegetables and a serving of whole grains like quinoa or brown rice. Sprinkle in a few snacks if you need them, but make them count. A handful of nuts, a slice of cheese, or a boiled egg are all simple and effective. Now, for movement. Set aside just 20 minutes a day for light strength work or resistance movements. That could be chair squats, wall push-ups, bicep curls with soup cans, or leg lifts. You don't need equipment, you just need consistency. 3 to 4 days a week, add in a short walk even if it's just around the house or the backyard. Movement helps deliver nutrients to your muscles, improves circulation, and boosts your mood. And here's a little secret. The more you move, the easier eating well becomes. Your body starts asking for better fuel. You crave lighter, more nourishing foods. That's how momentum builds. Small wins lead to bigger ones. But what about setbacks? Let's say you skip a few days, or your appetite dips, or you just don't feel like moving. That's okay. It's not about perfection. It's about returning to your routine as soon as you can. One missed day doesn't undo your progress. What matters is the habit you're building over time. And if you ever feel like you're losing motivation, remind yourself why you started. Was it to stay strong for your grandkids? To keep driving safely? To avoid hospital visits? To feel good in your own skin again? Keep that reason front and center. Let's also address a concern some seniors have about eating eggs regularly: cholesterol. The latest research shows that for most people, dietary cholesterol in eggs has little effect on blood cholesterol levels. In fact, many seniors see improvements in their lipid panels when they replace processed foods with whole sources of protein like eggs. Still, if you have a specific medical condition, talk to your doctor. But for the majority of healthy older adults, an egg or 2 per day is not only safe, it's beneficial. And if you're concerned about fat, you can mix whole eggs with egg whites to lighten things up. For example, 1 whole egg plus 2 egg whites still gives you plenty of protein without too much fat or cholesterol. Coming up, we'll dive into how to measure your muscle progress and spot early signs of strength return. You may not see it in the mirror right away, but your body will tell you in other ways. Tracking your progress doesn't have to mean stepping on a scale every day or measuring your biceps with a tape. In fact, the scale can be misleading, especially if you're gaining muscle while losing fat. A better approach is to notice how you feel. Are you standing up from a chair more easily? Can you carry groceries without needing a break? Are you walking farther or faster than you were a few weeks ago? These small victories tell the real story. Another way to measure progress is through what's called the sit-to-stand test. Sit in a sturdy chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Try to stand up and sit back down 5 times in a row without using your hands. Time yourself, then check again in 2 weeks. If your time improves, your strength is improving. It's a simple, powerful test used by physical therapists around the world. Even shaving off a few seconds means your legs are getting stronger. Balance is another good indicator. Try standing on one foot for as long as you can. Switch sides, see if your balance improves over time. Strong muscles support better balance, which lowers your risk of falls. Better balance means greater confidence with stairs, curbs, and uneven ground. If you notice less wobble or hesitation, that's muscle progress in action. You may also start sleeping better. As muscle improves, so does circulation, energy, and body temperature regulation, all of which contribute to more restful nights. Pay attention to how rested you feel in the morning. It might surprise you. You can also keep an energy journal. Nothing fancy, just a little notebook where you jot down how your body feels each day. Mark when you have more energy, less stiffness, or an easier time getting through tasks. Over a few weeks, you'll see patterns, and those patterns are motivation. They're proof that your effort is working. And yes, visible changes will come too. You might notice your arms feel firmer, your legs look more defined, your clothes fit differently, but those come later. Function comes first. Feeling better comes first. That's what matters most. Now here's a key reminder. Don't compare your progress to anyone else's. Every body is different. Some people gain strength quickly. Others take more time. Genetics, medication, past injuries, they all play a role. But consistency beats speed. What you do today helps shape what your body can do next month, next year, and beyond. Keep showing up for yourself. That's how change happens. Let's also touch on supplements briefly. Do you need them? Not always. Whole food comes first. But if your doctor suggests adding vitamin D, omega-3s, or a protein supplement, listen. Just make sure you choose clean, high-quality options. Look for third-party tested brands without added sugars, chemicals, or artificial junk. When in doubt, stick to the basics. Eat well, move often, rest deeply, and support your body with what it truly needs. In the next section, we'll put everything together in a sample 7-day plan you can use to get started right away. Let's map out a simple 7-day plan that makes it easy to put everything we've talked about into action. This isn't a diet. It's a flexible routine designed to help you build and maintain muscle without stress or confusion. Day 1 starts with a strong breakfast, 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and a slice of whole grain toast. For lunch, try a tuna salad with hard-boiled eggs on a bed of greens. Dinner might be grilled chicken with steamed broccoli and a small sweet potato. Light movement, 10 minutes of gentle leg exercises while holding onto the kitchen counter, followed by a slow walk around the block. Day 2, begin with plain Greek yogurt topped with berries and a handful of walnuts. Lunch can be a veggie stir-fry with tofu or tempeh. Dinner might be salmon with quinoa and green beans. Add in 10 minutes of resistance band work or light stretching. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. On day 3, return to your egg foundation. Try an omelet with tomatoes, onions, and peppers. For lunch, a lentil soup with a side of whole grain crackers. Dinner could be roasted turkey, steamed carrots, and brown rice. Afterward, take a short walk or do chair squats and arm raises. These movements don't need to be intense. They just need to happen. Day 4, scrambled eggs again, but this time with mushrooms and a slice of avocado. Midday, have cottage cheese with sliced fruit. Dinner might be grilled fish tacos with shredded cabbage and lime. Wrap up the day with deep breathing exercises or a balance test. Just 5 minutes to engage your core and challenge your legs. On day 5, start with overnight oats mixed with chia seeds and cinnamon. Add an egg on the side for protein. Lunch can be a bean and egg wrap with salsa. For dinner, try beef stew with vegetables and a side of whole grain bread. Do some wall push-ups and seated leg lifts while watching your favorite show. On day 6, switch it up with Greek yogurt again and a slice of toast with almond butter. Lunch might be egg salad on whole grain bread, and dinner could be chicken and veggie kebabs with a small portion of couscous. After dinner, take a walk and drink a glass of water before bed. Day 7 is your flex day. Mix and match your favorite meals from the week. Maybe scrambled eggs in the morning, tofu and veggies at lunch, and a hearty soup with beans and greens at dinner. Add movement that feels good to your body. Dancing, light gardening, or gentle yoga. The goal is progress, not perfection. Every day you eat real protein, move your muscles, and stay hydrated is a day you push back against aging and reclaim strength. With this plan, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're feeding your independence, your confidence, and your future. Let's now wrap it up with a bonus mindset shift that ties everything together. Because when it comes to aging well, food and movement are only part of the equation. What you believe about yourself might matter just as much. If there's one thing we've learned from seniors who stay strong into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's this: mindset matters. What you believe about your body shapes the way you treat it. If you believe muscle loss is inevitable, you're less likely to fight it. But if you believe that change is possible at any age, you'll find the energy to try. And trying is what makes all the difference. That belief that your body is still capable, still resilient, still worth investing in, is the quiet fuel that powers every step forward. This isn't about pretending age doesn't matter. It does. But it's also about refusing to hand over control just because the calendar flipped another year. Your muscles don't know how old you are. They respond to what you do. There's a powerful study out of Harvard that showed just how much mindset impacts physical health. Seniors who believed they were still young walked faster, had stronger grip strength, and even lived longer than those who believed they were old and declining. And get this, they were the same age. The only difference? Belief. Now imagine combining that mindset with everything else we've discussed. High-quality protein like eggs, daily gentle movement, hydration, a simple plan. If you commit to that, not all at once, but bit by bit, you'll start noticing changes. Maybe you'll walk farther than before. Maybe you'll carry groceries without stopping. Maybe you'll surprise yourself and do something you thought was behind you. Those moments matter. They build confidence. And confidence builds momentum. But here's one last thing to remember. You don't have to do it alone. Tell a friend what you're working on. Invite someone to join you for a walk. Share a meal plan. Ask your doctor for support. The more connected you feel, the more likely you are to stick with these habits. Community brings accountability and encouragement when motivation dips. So reach out, talk about it. You might even inspire someone else to start rebuilding their strength too. Now, if you're still unsure where to begin, just start with one small thing tomorrow. Maybe it's adding one egg to your breakfast. Maybe it's doing 5 squats by your couch. Maybe it's walking to the mailbox and back. Start there. Let that one choice be the seed. Water it every day. You'll be amazed what it can grow into. You're not too old. It's not too late. And your muscles haven't given up on you. They're just waiting for you to show up. Let's finish with one final thought. This isn't just about strength. It's about freedom. The freedom to move, to carry, to bend, to play, to live life on your terms. Every meal, every step, every habit you build adds to that freedom. And freedom, at any age, is worth fighting for. In our final section, we'll recap everything you've learned today and give you one last encouragement to take the next step forward. Stronger, steadier, and more confident than ever. Let's quickly recap everything we've covered. Your muscle strength isn't disappearing because you're lazy or unlucky. It's disappearing because your body needs more of something. More protein, more movement, more attention, and more consistency. And if there's one food that stands out above the rest for muscle preservation as you age, it's the humble egg. Not just because of the protein, but because of the leucine, the choline, the ease of digestion, the affordability, and the fact that it fits into almost any meal plan. Whether scrambled, boiled, or poached, an egg a day alongside movement can make a world of difference in your muscle health. But eggs aren't the only solution. You can still build strength with foods like Greek yogurt, tofu, cottage cheese, beans, and lean meats. What matters most is that your meals contain enough high-quality protein and that you're spreading that intake throughout the day. Alongside that, remember to move. You don't need fancy equipment. Just 15 to 20 minutes of gentle resistance movement a few times a week is all it takes to start sending your muscles the message: we still need you. And your muscles will answer that call. Even if they're weaker now, they're not done growing. Pair that with hydration, sleep, and a little patience, and you're setting yourself up for strength, not just today, but for the months and years ahead. We also talked about how to build a realistic weekly routine, one that includes rotating breakfasts, protein-rich lunches and dinners, light but consistent movement, and daily hydration. We even gave you tests you can do at home, like the sit-to-stand challenge and balance checks, to measure your strength over time without any gym membership or equipment. Most importantly, we reminded you that none of this is about perfection. It's about showing up for your body day after day with small, meaningful choices. It's about knowing that you still have power over how you age. And yes, it's about believing in your body's ability to respond, even after 60, 70, or 80 years. That belief is what transforms habits into results. If you've made it this far, then you're already ahead of the curve. You care about your health, you're willing to learn, and you're looking for ways to improve. Not just for yourself, but for your loved ones too. So don't let that momentum go to waste. Pick one thing from this video and do it today. Crack an egg. Take a walk. Tell a friend. Start a journal. It doesn't matter where you begin, only that you begin. If this video gave you even one useful tip, consider subscribing to the channel. We make videos just like this every week to help seniors stay strong, sharp, and independent for years to come. And if you know someone else who could benefit from this message, send it their way. You never know whose life you might change. Thanks for watching. And remember, your muscles aren't done growing, not even close. So keep showing up. We're with you every step of the way.